Guardian Oracle. Welcome to my channel. I am a psychic medium. I am intuitive. I am connected to the Holy Spirit and the higher conscious realms. I am here to channel messages for the highest good of the conscious evolution. I am Filthy. I'm also a general contractor, and I have my own business where I build homes, remodel, and refurbish, and I have been working all day. So, on that note, for those of you that are new, you're welcome here. For those of you that are a part and have been here, I love all of you guys, new or have been here. I just wanted to say hello. Today we started remodeling one of the bedrooms for the two little girls, the 2-year-old and my 9-month-old. So we did a lot of painting, and I retrimmed that whole room, tore out all the old trim, and then I put custom cedar in there. So my day has been busy. I'm also at my neighbor house, Laura's. We rebuilt her roof. I finally got that completely shingled and new fixtures up on there. I am now dropping down to the inside. I have all the sheetrock hung, and tomorrow it's taped. Tomorrow I will start texturing and paint, and then get her trim and stuff up in there. So thank you guys for being here. I'm going to clear this space. I have meditated on the energy. I have written down channeled messages that came to me through my higher self and my spirit guides. I'm going to tap into the collective energy at this time for the highest good of all. Holy Spirit, holy angels of the highest bright light, I call on you for clarity and guidance. I ask that the messages that I channel would be of the highest good for all and of truth and truth only. Archangel Michael, I call you in to guard the gates as I channel these messages. I demand, declare, and decree that no weapons formed against myself or my listeners shall prosper. Nothing, no one, and no one thing has permission to enter my sacred space. Divine Masters, the voice of my inner teacher, I call on you now. Awaken and activate. I am willing to listen, and so it is. Divine Masters, keepers of ancient wisdom, I call on you now. Thank you for revealing to me what I need to know. I am willing to listen, and so it is. Now I'm going to say a sacred prayer in my light language, and I'm going to call in my guides. Te shoro ye tre ke ro te apaya ke te ate shiki te apaya nana ye tre ke o te shiki apaya re te ara ke ro tu de shara de ke ro tu tu ye ko kaderia te bara te kere tu de shoko te apaya tre te. So mote it be. I seen the violet flame as I closed my eyes. Not really sure what today's message is going to be. I was with my guides, and they're like, we'll just pull on it when we get there. So I never know what I'm going to read on until I sit down. It kind of just comes out. It always seems to be pretty on key for what the collective is going through. Right now I know we are collectively growing in our state of consciousness. I'm here to bring forward that healing aspects, or maybe certain triggers that might come through. Anything I say in a reading could be confirmation, or could be something that you'll experience or have experienced. You'll know what's meant for you. Okay. So here we go. We have channeled, I do names, phrases, numbers, anything that came through. So right now I have eternal existence. Sentinel, which is a soldier or a guard who keeps watch. Expanded consciousness. Yesterday, today, and forever I will love you. Your birthright. Genetically bred. DNA chemical composition. Sentient beings. Off-grid, off-course. The number 828-646-729-888-22 and 11. Angel numbers. The feeling, okay, so the way that this is brought to me, and it's funny, my face is starting to itch. when you guys start tapping in, or you start feeling the presence of the Holy Spirit or your spirit guides, or you start receiving these downloads and these light codes, it could be through a dream or as you're drifting off to sleep. It could be as you're just walking. It's like this message is for somebody who's constantly getting messages through literally everything. It's like you've walked into a electromagnetic field, and you can almost feel it when you do that on your face, because it feels like when you walk into a cobweb, your face might start itching, or you feel that presence. Some of you could get very strong sensations or chills, but what they showed me is walking into a cobweb, so that could be a confirmation for somebody. The names Susan, Ricky, Josette, Amber, Mike, Brooke, Robert, and Bobby. So that is all I have. Okay. I'm just going to trust where I'm led. Holy Spirit, Holy Angels, for the highest good of the collective, lead me into the message that will best deliver, set free, create an awakening, ignite a spark within the souls of the listeners or anybody who will land on this channel, as everything is always being divinely guided. And there are no accidents. There are no coincidences. We are always being watched and guided. It's whether we have the capacity to understand that or the gumption and fortitude to want to be led by that. We are all spiritual beings. We all have supernatural gifts. That has been shut off to us by higher forces, and a lot of things disclosed and hidden from us for a very long time so that we would not wake up. So a lot of us that incarnated back in the time of the Celts, witchcraft and all that was really thrown out, and is, I still get messages all the time, what you're doing is of the devil, and, all this stuff. But we're getting to a place in time and on this timeline that we are breaking the mold for new things to start coming out, for us to be able to experience things that seem a little odd, but there's enough of us that are experiencing these things, whether it's dreams or these out-of-body experiences, or things before. You might find a lot of people that come and lean on you for intuitive guidance, and it's almost like when you're having these conversations and it has to do with healing, or it could just be anything, people want to open up to, because you feel like home, you feel safe, you feel right for people, and they're learning from you. And especially if these interactions are family members or relationships that you've had and they've watched you grow, they're at that point where at first, the crazy part's wearing off, and they are looking at you and seeing the leaps and bounds you make and the way that you interact with them through their own stuff that they may be going through. You just have deep insights, and those people really love you and appreciate having you in their life. You're doing a lot more than what you give yourself credit for. You're breaking the mold in so many ways within your own family and the dynamics of your work, and even with strangers. You could just find yourself lately having people drawn to you, or you could be meeting just strangers that have like the super deep insight or really aligned with kind of your forward thinking, or you'll notice that's the universe sending you signs and synchronicities, that you're on the right path. Even if it seems really hard right now and you're going through some bits of healing and letting go of the past and things that no longer serve you, addictions, drinking, just bad relationships, low self-love, stepping into a state of self-awareness. How does certain triggers affect you? Why do we have triggers? Instead of saying, I'm trying to avoid everything at all cost, now I'm looking at these things that are coming into my life, and seeing where I can work and heal them and what it is. And if they keep resonating, it could be the same scenario just with different people. Trust the wait. You are being prepared for blessings. In order to receive, you have to be ready to receive. Things you are going through now are not random. Trust the flow of the universe. Thank you, Holy Spirit, because I just channeled that. You are doing your best, and that is enough. Any difficulties you face will not last forever. Release the thoughts and feelings that don't feel good. Focus all of your energy on love, happiness, and your hopes and dreams. Make sure you don't start seeing yourself through the eyes of those who don't value you. You need to know your worth. even when others don't. You are not what people think of you. And I think that that is an old paradigm that a lot of us struggle with, having low self-worth, or just like maybe you're on a great roll to doing great things, and then all of a sudden you start questioning everything yourself, or somebody makes a comment. You know, you have to go with your intuition, and you have to know that we are going to be challenged. Great, courageous minds will always be challenged. That's where the growth, and that's actually where the wisdom comes from that you hold so deeply. All of the things you've gone through, it's probably been a lot, but look at what those experiences have brought you. You're sitting here listening to a read about, you know, quantum healing and the evolution of your own soul. What are we here for? Asking the bigger questions. You wouldn't have been there 10 years ago, you know? Hi 10K, hi Wade. Chris Witchy. What's my future? If you tap in and listen, you'll find something that's meant for you. Alright, we got remain in the light. Some of you could be asking yourself if you're on the right path, you know, and probably are getting met head on head with a lot of naysayers, or a lot of people that just don't understand your ways of thinking. I want it to pop out. And it could feel frustrating. It could feel like you're in this void. But even though in the void, like maybe without relationships that are on the outside, it could be something that is leading you to something on the inside. And maybe it's time to start doing more of the internal work, right? And not everybody's ready for the places that you're going, or these insights that you have. You know, I'm hearing for some of you that you are a secret weapon. And I really do feel like some of you have great capacities to be able to be remote viewers. I channel talking about genetically bred and having DNA. It's said that only 17% of this world could actually handle being in the space dynamics and having relationships with extraterrestrials, or you know, the fear of it. And that's why they disclose so many things, because if we found out, I mean, we're resilient as human beings as it is. Our ability to adapt and overcome, you know, why things get disclosed so slowly and they think we can't handle it, it has to do with power. So the more that you share your experiences when you feel led to, the better it is. That's how we raise the consciousness. You are going to be a channel. You're going to be fed the right information at the right time when you're having these tough conversations with certain people. You've come a long way. Remain in the light. Today I observe. I take time to think calmly and wisely, and I go forward with complete confidence, knowing I will succeed. No matter what happens today, I will remain in the light. I will maintain my faith and my equilibrium. In this way, I nurture my soul and become a strong and steady representative of the light. Trusting in yourself, trusting in where you're being led, even if you're so alone and there's nobody around, or you could just be in your own field of your own, very own unique special gift, and it can get really lonely when you're not other people. Like Wade, you time travel, you go through, you know, in your dream state, and you do a lot of people have a hard time in the astral realm and haven't been able to get to that point consciously, right? There's some people that are really good psychic mediums. There's some people that are really good at healing and putting hands on it, and are starting to notice this phenomenon of when they call on, you know, nature spirits, that they can work with nature and the elements. And it's hard when you can't run that off of somebody that understands, because our brains are programmed not to understand anything that's not linear, which is why we have time, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, which is why we have, you know, 24 hours in a day, because it would be too much for us if it wasn't categorized, right? I reap what I sow. Today I remember that all I think and all I do will come back to me in some way. I understand that I reap the fruits of what I sow, and fill my life with thoughts and deeds of abundance, light, and love. I sow these seeds knowing I will harvest great riches. And for a lot of you, I feel like, looking at this card, those gifts are spiritual. That's super downloads of the Christ consciousness, and being able to attract this electromagnetic field to where that you can quantify and start to understand the role of the universe and the secrets, because that's once you start with self, then you start having all these other questions. I think a lot of you are really asking some bigger questions here. You know, what is it all for? What does it mean to have these gifts? Why am I drawn to listening to readings? What am I really looking for? Your soul's always guiding you. Your higher self and your consciousness is always going to guide you to what you need to hear, what you need to see, a book, to turn left instead of right, and then you run into somebody who has the perfect job for you or helps you along your path. Never underestimate the people that you intertwine with, that feel so random, and it's just like, wow, that was really weird. It's not weird, because your higher self, there's just a small speck of you down here in this physical form. You are a huge piece of the God creator, of the Most High. It's just kind of hard to remember that because of our programming and being here on Earth, you know. We have to fall through that veil of forgetfulness. It's about realizing who and what we are, and to be able to experience that in its fullest capacity through the hurts, the pains, the trials and tribulations, and how we heal from that. Life is about knowing yourself and loving yourself no matter what. It's to ascend from all, and it doesn't mean, it means to really honor the humanism, honor your heart, honor your emotions, honor the fact that you've had your feelings hurt and that you feel. If you've been a drug addict or an alcoholic, or have other ways of numbing, you will understand that emotions are some of the hardest things when we come out of that. I myself was a drug addict, and the reason I did it is because I didn't want to feel. I was codependent on staying busy, and when I sat to feel, it felt like an overload of just emotions and how everybody did me wrong. And then as I started growing more, it's like, how did I put myself there? Where was I not being loving? Where did I not have good, healthy boundaries? You start really working on yourself, and then you get so to this point where you don't hang out with anybody, you know, because spirit kind of just sucks you away, and you're in your own little rabbit hole for a while so you can go within. Like, everything is divinely met at the perfect right time. Beyond. Today I lift my consciousness above all worldly illusions. I remember the power I have in every situation. I always have a choice in how I respond. Today I choose to turn my thoughts towards God by focusing my awareness beyond the illusions of the material world. I experience simplicity in the peace. Hopefully you guys are all having a good night. I got on here a little bit later than normal, but I'm glad to see that I got quite a few of you guys in here watching. It's not about how many, it's just that it's the right ones that are led to this channel, and I love that because I get to feel and pick up on your guys' energy, especially if you want to set an intention with me as I read, and your spirit guides will come through, and what you need to hear will come out, and use your discernment with that, you know. D7th son, are you still in here? Of course you can ask a question. Okay. Hey, welcome to the channel. What is your question? Hi, Angie. Glad to see you on here. Oh my gosh, I have so much paint on my face, I didn't even realize that. Today I was untwisting my spray paint, and it was still pressurized for my sprayer, and it squirted all up in my face and in my hair. So, yeah. Alan says, what is it looking like for Taurus in the future? Okay, I said I would try something different. So I'm going to set an intention with you, what a spirit wants you to know and love. And where is that deck? For Taurus, huh? Okay, this is for D7th son. I'll pull a fast card. I don't mind doing a few short things in my reads. You know, I like to, you know, work with you guys, and sometimes people need the right answers. Okay, for D7, Holy Spirit, for the highest good. Take your power back. You are giving someone control over how you feel. Your happiness should depend on you. I heard bottom of the deck. Deception. Somebody is wearing a mask in this relationship. That's weird because I'll be honest with you, I don't like pulling on love, but they're showing me, where is that deck? But there is romantic love at the bottom of the deck. You could be seeing 1212, or 12 could be an important number, or perhaps December. Romantic love. The frequency of romantic love supports our journey to feel whole and complete through the experience and reflection of conscious lover. Maybe you are looking for somebody who's more awake and more aligned with you spiritually in that aspect. A part of me feels like you're waiting on something for somebody to change, and what Spirit's saying is it's very important to remain in the light and to hold space. I think you've gone through a lot of stuff, and I think that you have started to wake up and find the errors in your ways, and maybe that was something else that you have been focused on. I don't know if you lost somebody recently, but my right side, I have like full tingles on there, and normally that's when a passed on loved one is coming through. You have universal love in the heart chakra. You have 444. That could be a really important number. You should look up angel number 444, universal love. Maybe you're starting to harness this love back into your life through opening up your heart chakra and healing other things. The frequency of universal love activates the connection we feel to each other, to our planet, and to the whole existence in itself. Love seems very important for you. Maybe you feel like nobody's ever really loves you or meets you on that level of love and what you love, and you're probably somebody who gives a lot to others, and has really had to work on building a boundary with self-love and self-respect, and not allowing, because we did pull to take your power back, you are giving someone control over how you feel. Your happiness should depend on you. And I already pulled a card. What was that? Reaping what you sow. So know if you're putting out love, you are going to receive that frequency back. The frequency of the heart chakra, the green flower of life, supports our capability and capacity to love deeply and unconditionally. Its healing properties harmonize the mind and the body. And I think where you struggle is within your mind. Perhaps you even had I'm hearing like body dysmorphia, like maybe with weight issues, or you're always judging yourself in that aspect, and maybe you're coming around with really starting to love yourself fully so that you can have that unconditional love. Or maybe you are judged through your physical appearance in some way, and maybe if somebody has broke up with you, or in the past a relationship, you feel like maybe if you were left or cheated on, it was because of that, and that's not a truth. What do you need most right now in life in general? And that fell out on romantic love. Blame. I accept responsibility for my well-being. I'm hearing bottom of the deck. Worry. I am learning that worry does not change the outcome. I do feel like you're growing in such a state of really loving yourself, because the epitome of love is when you can love yourself. You can only love somebody to the level of which you love yourself. And I'm going to pull a spirit animal card for you. That card does not belong in there. You could get messages from birds a lot, or see birds in a certain spot, or birds could be catching your eye. That could be something you've noticed. Or maybe like you hit birds in your car. Birds are coming through. Or you have a favorite bird, and perhaps it is the hummingbird. For D7, please, Holy Spirit. And that fell out on remaining in the light, letting go. This message has to do with the raccoon. This message has to do with those things to which you cling. Be it a thought form, a habit, a creed, a situation. The time has come for letting go. Someone is halting your progress and you are spinning your wheels. Once you embrace change, blessings will follow. And that really leads me to believe, like, maybe if not in the spiritual or in the physical, in the spiritual, or like energetically you have an attachment to something, and maybe your mind constantly goes back to that, and that's what keeps you stuck, is completely letting go. And maybe you need to say that out loud. And then I'll pull an archangel card for you. For the highest good archangels of D7, please, Holy Spirit, holy angels. You kind of have like an impatient energy in a way, in a certain aspect. And I think it's wanting an answer. But what your spirit guide's saying, you already have the answer within you and you know what you need to do. The Four of Michael. Insights that come from quiet meditation. The need for more sleep or time off. Seek relief from stress. So maybe just spinning your wheels in that aspect. Hopefully that helped. If you do ever want a personal reading, you guys can get a personal reading from me. They're about an hour long. It's a direct link that goes to your email. And it's just a video like this, and then I can actually tap in more with intention of what you're looking for. I do not divination spy on anybody. I will bring through for the highest good, and that's what I set the intention on with spirit. You do look like you are grounded, and maybe you're moving ahead in finances and starting to become more stable, or that has been a thought that's on your mind. Maybe you just want somebody to share that with. Finances could be something that, I don't know, maybe you're a Leo, or you just have that really creative passion, and maybe you have like this hustle side to you where you think about money a lot. So hopefully that helped. That's a pretty cool name, Interstellar. And I rebuke anything that you speak over my life, because I am a conscious creator and guided. But I know that you guys, those little trolls, like to get on here and have something to say. You know what they say? You say she's not giving you respect in this relationship. When for a man, respect is everything. For a woman, the feeling loved is everything. So when a man feels disrespected, he stops showing love to his old lady, right? And when a woman feels unloved, she stops respecting the significant other. So a lot of that comes down to going back to the heart space. Draw a line, and that's where the boundaries are going to be important for you. So I hope you can find that. The same spirits I speak to, I guess you could call it a haunting, have led me out of addiction. I own 2 businesses. I am a wonderful mom, and being connected to the higher realms and spirits, and I also channel past on loved ones. And I have helped more people in the last 2 years find ways of healing things through spirit, addictions, through their own free choice, by staying connected to spirit. So this is my path, and you don't have to like it. It's not for you, but it is for me. And I will make sure I let you know if I get haunted. But at this point, and I'm 5 years deep in this, my life has done nothing but excel to the highest level, interpersonally and through spiritual gifts. So you got to break out of that old paradigm and thought patterns and the way that you were raised, and allowing that, because you're a really intuitive person. You just allow other people to lead you out of fear, and that's a fear consciousness, and you actually seed that here and spread that. And that's what kind of keeps all of us in a lower state of consciousness, is fear, because we don't know, and the only way you know is if you seek. And in the Bible it actually says that if you knock, the door will open. If you go seeking, you will find. You do. The important thing is that you do it out of love, and that's what my whole basis of reading cards and connecting with other people is. Yeah, God is God, the spark of God is in you and me and all of us. God's consciousness, having a physical experience. You'll grow. So you can either listen, but I'm not going to argue with you on my channel, and you've got a lot to learn, and I hope that you can seek and maybe listen and find that. Sally says, should I remain in my same job or go to a new job? Well, your intuition's already telling you you should start a new job, and you know that. The fear part of you, Sally, says, I don't know if I can do it because of the financial aspects, the transition to it. Maybe the hours would be different, but you definitely have a calling to do something. You're probably creative and are able to work from home. I will pull an answer card for you, though. Should Sally go to her new job? It says to wait. Because you have to have your whole energy in it. You have to, don't just jump from one thing to another. Seek with your whole heart and what you really want to do, because I think you're a creative person and you're able to create things and probably have your own business and be an entrepreneur. Okay, Holy Spirit, moving forward. So we're talking about becoming aware that we're limitless. Maybe some of you guys just need to hear you're not alone in your awakening and these things that you have experienced, and taking a look within yourself and your soul and every bit of your being is some of the hardest work that we'll do, but it is for a reason. It is so that we can help everybody else out. Ourselves first, which is why it starts with us. And it's all in our, we go through all these things socially, emotionally, everything about our being changes as we seed more light. And just really, it's about learning how to tap into ourselves and really sit with yourself. Should I look for a different job? You know, what's meant for you will always find you at the perfect time, and you have to believe that. The only thing that really ever stops us is fear of the unknown. It truly is, because anything that you take a risk on that is for the higher good, or pushing yourself, or becoming a better person, or letting go, or forgiving, or any of these things, you might get shot down, you might have humility, but that is that humility is such a great gift to humble yourself, and to know that even through that, any failure, always, if you learn from it and you choose, because we all have the free choice, it can become a great deal of wisdom for you in the future. I feel like somebody got a new telescope, or is actually going to start doing astronomy. Number 33, soul fragments. Balance will be restored. In these situations, as you continue to work on yourself, blessings will continue to come in, and that could just be freedom from fearful thoughts or repetitive ways, behavior patterns that we have. We are so programmed by the synapses in our unconscious mind. It's a supercomputer. It literally is programmed. It listens and hears everything. Just because we're seeing one thing and having a conversation, it's scanning and constantly downloading everything you've experienced. That's why when people go into hypnosis, they can go back to 20 years and pull forward the subconscious, and the subconscious will remember something from a super traumatic event that the linear part of the brain won't, because it shuts out due to fear. Our brains are programmed. They basically run off of certain neurons, and they take the same pathways over and over and over. So if you're somebody that's super used to stressful situations, or just shit going wrong in your life, it's an easy way. Your body looks for that fright or that fear or that tightening in your stomach, it releases a certain chemical, and that becomes something that your body actually craves. So reprogramming that to be in a less stressful situation, spend more time in nature, spend time taking your spiritual baths with salt and lighting some candles, really making time for yourself, and listen to your thoughts. We avoid them 90% of the day because it's so overwhelming, but when you really sit with those, part of that's your intuition, part of it is other conscious thought forms that we can tap into, but overall you have the control to tap into any thought form, lower or higher, that you choose. And when you're moving out of love and working from your heart, you have a higher ability to receive more in that frequency. Divine will, let go of fear. Thank you, Holy Spirit. That's all it is about letting go of the fear. And I'm telling you, I was listening to a podcast today, and this is hitting pretty far on point. Let's talk about let's get into this little nugget. I've been having these super amazing interactions with like these higher conscious beings, and it's been on my mind all day. Even when I'm working, it's just like and it always goes back to the physics and the genetics for me. And I just keep hearing like so much about genetics, genetic coding, light codes, quantum healing, you know, about the universe, and disclosing so many things that I think that the humanity is really ready for. And it's time as light workers that we step up to the plate and start sharing some wisdom and knowledge that we have and some enlightenment. We're here to be a torchbearer for others, even if that's just me getting on here doing this channel. A lot of people also have the wants and the feels to do it and maybe just don't know how it will fall together. And the only thing I can tell you from my experience is just get in there and do it. The rest is always is going to be set up for you. You can't go wrong when you're doing something for the higher good of all, right? This is like the biggest deck I've ever had. It is so huge and hard to shuffle. Today I've been so clumsy, tripping on everything. Man, the 2-year-old's been under my feet. It's been one of those days. Connect to your higher self. We're talking about taking time out and realizing that we have the choice to be connected and to become the best version of ourselves. A lot of time it's sitting there long enough to get the downloads of the messages, to really listen to your intuition. Or maybe some of you just don't understand how intuition works and what's your intuition and what's your own thoughts. Well, you'll know if it's out of fear or if it's telling you to do something that's not good or out of a loving healing frequency, or you know, you don't see yourself prospering in it, then it's probably not from the creator, right? It's not from God. God will not give you intuition that tells you to be in fear or lack or don't do this. I mean, obviously if it's something that's going to hurt you, but a lot of the time God will give you the inspiration to move forward and to set good healthy boundaries for yourself, or will show you people in their you can ask, is this person somebody that's supposed to be in my life? You have to have this ongoing conversation, and it's a relationship, and you have to when you're with God, when you pray, you're sending out a message, you're asking. When you meditate, you sit and you're quiet, and that's when you receive the message. They go hand in hand. So we've got connect to your higher self. Your higher self is concerned with the highest good and communication through intuitive insights. Before taking action, ask yourself whether you're listening to your smaller self or your higher self. Your smaller self might impulsively lead you down one path, while the higher self has access to a better roadmap. Spirit's just really confirming everything that has come out that I've channeled. That was number 46. This is number 9. Recognize signs and synchronicities. Some coincidences are random and others are full of meaning. If you dream of somebody and then run into them by chance, read a slogan on a billboard that's like an answer to a prayer, or a friend recommends a book on a subject you've been privately pondering, consider it a sign. About following our intuition. Practice clairvoyance. You are being encouraged to explore your capacity for second sight, or the psychic pathway of seeing intuitive guidance as images in your mind. If you already experience clairvoyance while your eyes are open, this ability may be increasing. If not, practice by sitting with your eyes closed in a meditation and allowing images to appear. That's number 10. We have 9 and 10. Might be easier to read the book if I put it up right. All right. Recognizing signs and synchronicities. We receive far more signs and synchronicities, meaningful coincidence every day as intuitive guidance than we realize. Some coincidences are randoms, and others are purposeful, intuitive clues showing up in our external world. Synchronicities act as powerful second opinions on our internal intuition. If you suspect wishful thinking, strong desires, or intense emotions are clouding your intuitive judgment, ask Spirit for impartial or external signs and synchronicities. While Spirit is loving, it is also neutral. You may receive signs and synchronicities that come as well confirmation of your desires, or they may reveal a truth that disappoints you or is inconvenient. And a lot of time that's what's hard. I have so many mosquitoes out here. Signs and synchronicities are designed to point us in the direction of our highest good. During times of transition or uncertainty, you may be experiencing an increase in synchronicities like single stones eventually forming a complete path that leads you safely through a dense forest. If you are pursuing something not in your highest good, signs could suddenly decrease, encouraging you to pivot or even drastically change course. If you are pursuing something important to your highest good, synchronicities may multiply in intensity. Action steps. If you think something is happening that happened was not a random coincidence, but a meaningful sign or synchronicity, you're probably right. Pay attention to how you feel when somebody calls you out of the blue, sends you an email with the timestamp 111 or another angel number, or walks by you wearing a t-shirt with an animal, sports team, city, or musical artist on it that has special meaning for you. Do you get chills? Does your energy around you become thick and heavy or heightened? Does the moment feel pregnant with meaning? Does time seem to slow down? Also, what you are thinking about when the synchronicity happened. Repetitive synchronicities reveal important themes in our lives. They can be called to take more positive action regarding an issue. Ask the Holy Spirit or your higher self for more signs by saying a prayer or making a quick request in your thoughts or writing down your query in your journal. Record signs in the journal that show up repeatedly, yet their messages are not immediately understood. They may become clear later. And some of it is always important to do that, especially for some of you that have a lot of questions about specific things in your life, and you're trying to trust your intuition, like, should I take a new job? Should I stay in my old job? Give me signs and synchronicities of, 3 birds that fly together 3 times a day. Or you can ask for anything and you will receive that. Recognizing, practice clairvoyance. You're being called to explore the capacity for second sight or psychic pathways of seeing intuitive guidance. Some of you could be having visions and really starting to put a lot of things together. Clairvoyance is the 4 primary psychic pathways: seeing, hearing, knowing, and feeling intuitive guidance in your system. Clairvoyance, seeing images in your mind, and clairaudience, hearing a calm, gentle voice in your mind, are rather psychic pathways. Yet clairvoyance is a pathway you can more easily play with opening. You've drawn this card and encouraged to do just that. Clairvoyant images can be straightforward, like seeing an image in your mind's eye of your favorite coastline when wondering where to vacation, or the images that could be symbolic and require interpretation, like seeing a fox in your mind's eye before meeting with your manager, suggesting you need to be strategic and keen, just like the fox spirit animal, to achieve your goal. Action step. While clairvoyant intuitive images always come while you are awake, they can appear when your eyes are closed. When you are beginning to play with clairvoyance, practice with your eyes closed while sitting in meditation. Quiet your mind and silently ask for something interesting, mental pictures from your sixth sense. You can also play with clairvoyance while listening. Stay open and let mental pictures flow in naturally. Remember, whether you eventually open the clairvoyant psychic pathways or not, you have a phenomenal sixth sense that will provide guidance in all ways that work best for you. Trust that. This exercise can also be used for honing your clairvoyance in the psychic pathways. It's already active. Where are we going to go, Holy Spirit? What is the collective working on healing most at this time? For the highest good of the collective, what is the collective working on letting go or healing most at this time? Isolation and loneliness. There is a tendency to push people away by isolating yourself from uncomfortable situations. Look into new ways to break down the walls to create better ways to connect with others. Don't keep your light to yourself. Open up and share it. Past life karma and cycles. This indicates a past life is the reason why the intense energy surrounds you, the person or situation. Look into ways to clear past life karma and see the bigger picture of the situation by viewing it from a lesson perspective. Taking ownership for your part and forgiveness are keys in releasing past life karma. So these are things that the collective is consciously working on at this time. Love redefined, romance. Cupid has entered your heart and has awakened you to love and romance, but this time on a different vibration. Having a newfound love for yourself has created an opportunity for a new chapter with the possibility of cultivating healthy relationships, which is so important when we start to heal things, just wounds from other people or even wounds from ourselves or our childhood. We don't realize how much we hold on to those and that they play out in our other interpersonal relationships with our parents, with our children, with our best friends, with our significant others. There's a lot about relationships in here. Balance is needed in relationships. Make sure all of your relationships are equal and balanced with a giving and receiving. If they are out of rhythm, then the other is sacrificing and can't sustain itself. Therefore, it will create more obstacles to overcome. Know you are worthy and deserve respect in all ways. Okay, I'm going to pull from this. I am getting eaten alive by mosquitoes, and I do not know what I did with that mugwort that I got. Normally don't read out here this late, and the mosquitoes haven't been really bad. I live in Idaho, and they fog and spray for them quite a bit, but man, my legs are just getting ate up right now. Maybe we'll put a little sage down there and see if we can smoke them out. That might help. You know what? I got really called to that card right now. Number 26, practice freedom. Release the weight of judgment. We are so hard on ourselves when we're in a state of trying to figure stuff out. It can be really detrimental, and then to feel unsupported within that. If you're going through that, know that you will have help, and it's important that you guys do talk to your spirit guides and to God, and to pray and to ask for the guidance, you know, to put you on the right path that you need most and what matters most in your life that's going to help you. We all came here with a life path to be a service to humanity in some way or another. We have number 30, say yes. Now is the time to be open to receiving. Number 26, practice freedom, release the weight of judgment. Setting boundaries, claim your power and know your value today. Now, a lot of these come from our childhood. These are programs that we allow ourselves to be programmed by experiences within our life. Number 3, be present. Find clarity in the moment. Here it is. I'm going to read that number 3. Be present. The only time we possess, hi Stitch, my cat just creeped up on me. The only time we possess is the time we are presently in. While it is prudent to plan for the future and wise to remember the past, the present is where life truly resides. If we outsource our happiness to future plans and past memories, then we lost the gift of the present day. In the end of our life will amount to the collection of our many small memories and moments on the everyday. If you have pulled this card, then it may be time for us to focus on what is in front of us right now. Bring the awareness to your body and your surroundings. Try not to let your mind drift onward, future tasks or past memories. Let everything fall away and just be. Notice where you are and how you feel, and focus on the details of this present moment, as the artist would. Look at the light, the shapes, the shadows, the colors and textures of what is before you. Once you have connected with the present, take time to ask yourself, is there anything that needs to come forward now? You can also just rest in a space, enjoying the beauty of your present moment. For those of you that like to write, this would be a journaling prompt. What do you feel when you practice presence? Are there any feelings or sensations that arise during the practice that may stop you from being fully present? If so, sit with these feelings and ask yourself where they might be coming from. To practice the presence can be life-changing. If you become overwhelmed during this practice, please take a step back and resume when you are ready. 32. I feel like the setting boundaries is really important at this time. We're always being tested by the universe, through the lessons that we've learned. It's important to have strong, healthy boundaries for yourself, and so that you can teach other people boundaries too. People actually respect having boundaries, whether they have them themselves or they see it in others. That is where respect comes from, in my opinion. Claim your power back. Setting boundaries can often be an awkward and uncomfortable thing to do. No, it is a powerful word, one that many have been taught to shy away from. We may feel as though it is our responsibility to create happiness or pleasure for others by saying yes, but this would not have to come at the cost of ourselves. If you have pulled this card, then it is most certainly time to utilize the word no more frequently in your life. It can be helpful to understand what drains you, depletes you, or makes you feel used, particularly after you have said yes to something. Write down these answers and practice using the word no around which makes you feel used. We say yes for a variety of reasons, but beloved, know that your value is immeasurable and you deserve the right to say no. Say no can be an act of self-care. And then we've got 26, practicing freedom. Judgment that we or others have placed upon ourselves can shackle us, stealing our joy and will fully embody our life. It is a heavy burden to carry the weight of judgment, and it can keep us trapped in a cycle of fear and blame. If you have pulled this card, it might be time to consider whether you are being held prisoner by judgments. Inner work exercise. Take some time today to reflect on the beliefs that you hold about yourself and your inner child. Write down as many core beliefs as you can, and then review your statements for signs and patterns of judgment and beliefs. A good way to do this is to speak the statements out loud and then focus on the feelings and sensations and experience afterwards. On a separate page, write down all of the statements that did not leave you feeling empowered and hopeful. Now it is time to dig a little deeper. Where did these beliefs come from? Why do you believe it is true about yourself? If you release these beliefs, are you afraid of something might happen? Are parts of your identity built around these beliefs? Answering these questions can help you understand where these beliefs come from and why they might have been hesitant to go. Now is the time to counter with them. Write down the opposite statements of these judgments and beliefs. Say them out loud and how you feel. Do you feel empowered, hopeful, or full? If so, then there is truth and that needs to be spoken. Man, these mosquitoes are just tearing up my legs. Okay. I got that Limp Bizkit stuck in my head. It's just one of those days. Everything's fucked. Everybody sucks. Maybe some of you guys have been going through a hard time and kind of just... Because this reads a little bit different than what I normally do. It feels really straight to the point. It's not as channeled as I normally do. So this could just be good information, or for new people that will find the channel and kind of going through some stuff. This could just be things that could help you. A lot of people, you know, might listen to this and say, oh, I'm not going to write that. But there really is a lot of empowerment in writing things down and getting them out of our head, you know. Okay, angel numbers. Nine, 999 and 222. Release. Your current circumstances are ending, so you might take advantage of better ones. If you're experiencing a significant change or conclusion, viewing your life as a series of cycles or chapters may be helpful. How can you make room for something new to emerge? Letting go has come out a lot tonight. And number 2222. Feminine forces. You can do everything by yourself, but life is to be shared. Partner up with the right spirit and you will become a force. Honor commitments and people around you. Don't judge and listen. Judgments come out quite a bit as well. Alright, I am getting eaten alive, so I am going to pull from the Ascended Masters deck and then I am going to hop off here. Holy Spirit, Holy Angels, for the highest good of the collective. What Ascended Masters are currently working with the collective through this transitional period too. Conscious awareness, self-awareness, and self-love, please. Forgot to wear my glasses. Little Sherry says, you look homeless. I've been homeless, actually, and this doesn't look homeless to me. Mother Mary. Your energy reeks of boredom and hatred and probably self-loathe, which is probably why you have a need to be rude and cruel to other people. So if in some way you feel superior above others. Most keyboard warriors do, though, right? Lack of courage or commitment to mostly anything in your life, perhaps. Number 94. All right. So we pulled out Mother Mary. Divine experiences. Do not be afraid of being powerful. Mary, the mother of Jesus, was a simple woman with a divine mission to bring sacred love into the world. At this time of her death, she was assumed into heaven by the angels. It is for this reason that she is considered the Queen of the Angels, and her presence magnetizes the energy of miracles and the presence of angels. One of the most important lessons of Mary's life was when Archangel Gabriel brought her the message that she was going to be the mother of Christ. When Gabriel appeared to her, she heard the message, "Do not be afraid, for I am an angel of the Lord." This was necessarily telling her not to be afraid because she was having a spiritual vision, more not to be afraid of being this powerful. Mary's experience reminds all women that it is safe to be powerful and gifted. She is now dedicated to spreading the message and the leader of a group of angels dedicated to world peace. Her message to you. You are having a spiritual visions and miraculous encounters at this time. Do not be afraid of your gifts. They are God-given abilities to help you remember who you are and where you have come from. If you have been wondering about the spiritual significance of certain encounters or experiences, know that the main message the universe is trying to get to you is that you are not alone and you are a significant bringer of light to this world. Your psychic and spiritual abilities have been awakened by some sort of shift in your life. This could have been overwhelming, challenging, or emotional moments, but it has sent you into a path to remembering that you can heal and help others. Angels of peace are here now to guide you on your way to harmony in all aspects of the world. That's a beautiful message. Okay, collective, I am going to get off of here. I love you guys. I have about another week left of some pretty super heavy remodeling and stuff that I'm doing. And then I'll be able to have more time. Right now is a really busy season for me on for Angel Dynasty, which is actually my business, Angel Dynasty Master Builder. And it means a lot to me. It's my first business, and I love getting on here and doing reads, and I do try to get to everybody's emails. Like I said, I have to find boundaries and balance in my life to be able to, when I'm led, I come out here and I take care of the things that I need to. So sometimes, you know, in the future you might get 2-3 reads. I'm planning on doing something a little different. I'm planning on doing 3 different types of readings. So pick a card, you know, and then divvying them up like that. Through 1, 2, or 3, and just getting different messages out here. I have some other ideas I'm playing with, so. Hi, Crystal Lynn. So good to see you. Hi, Tay Tay. You're such a sweetheart. I'm just getting off here. I hope all of you guys have a wonderful night. You guys can watch the replay. We'll see how tomorrow goes. I'll be waiting on paint and texture, so I might have time to pop over and might do a little bit of a read. I'm also remodeling in my own house at this time, so I hope you guys are all well blessed and that you guys eat some healthy food and make sure you're drinking plenty of water. Set your reminders to get off your phone if you're a phone junkie. Get some good rest. Meditate. Ask yourself a question, your higher self, and start asking the universe for the answers that you're seeking for. You guys are all growing at such a fast rate within your own personal wisdom and knowledge and just your healing capabilities of letting old things go and not forcing things to come to you. And that's what makes you guys so magnificent. And remember, love is the greatest gift that we could give to humanity and to ourselves. And with that, that is how the world goes around. So I love you guys. Be good to yourselves, and I will catch up with you guys later.